Is the President of the Utah Vietnam Veteran of America.
Thank you. Mr. Nguyen, Mayor, City Planner, Council members, distinguished guests, and all veterans. Chào, buổi, Chu. I'm going to try this on a couple of things. I can't. Doi Vinh Du. Thank you for having me. As you can see, my Vietnamese is not very good, so I'll count on the translator a little later. I'm very honored to represent many Vietnam veterans throughout the state of Utah and to be a part of this incredible memorial service today. I've had the honor of being in a couple other programs with the Vietnamese community over the past couple of years, and everyone is more wonderful than the one before. I was honored to introduce my family to you a little earlier, but I also have two great-grandchildren in North Carolina that are Vietnamese. We enjoy a lot of the traditions and the thoughts of the Vietnamese community. If I could have the Vietnam Veterans of America, I'm privileged to be the president of this organization. If you'd stand, and then if all the Vietnamese veterans would please stand. All veterans that have served, whether or not in combat or not. It's an honor, a privilege to applaud veterans of both our countries. I want to remind you we have a third country here that's represented this afternoon, Mr. Peter Radford from Australia. He's an Australian engineer that helped build some of the bases that we fought out of in Vietnam, South Vietnam. Peter, where are you at? There you are. He's the guy that wears the salty old boonie hat. But today we stand together to honor, just as we did 50 years ago. Can you imagine, 50 years ago, most of us were in South Vietnam. With honor and respect for each other, and over that time we developed a brotherhood and a common mission. And that mission today is to remember and honor all Vietnam vet men and women who served before us, served with us, and continue to serve our great countries today. When I first went to Vietnam as a 19-year-old Marine, much like many of you were when you arrived in this country. I wasn't sure where I was at, confused, scared just a little bit, but I was a Marine, so I couldn't afford to be scared. And I wasn't sure what I'd be required to do. A bit frightened, but I was brave, and thought I was ready to handle about anything that was thrown at me. But I didn't even know at that time whether Vietnam was one word or two, and I'm still not sure today. My base was in Chu Lai. Most of my time was spent north, around Dong Ha, Quezon, Hue, Phu Bai, up towards the Z.